Hi there, Yulia. Let's take a look at this new set of essays you sent us. The first one is about becoming dependent on the internet and phone. Let's see what you said. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated both positive and negative aspects associated with using the internet and mobile phones in people's lives with an S. This essay will discuss both sides, not slides, using examples from the UK government and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments, plural. All right, so the structure is right, but you have to fix your grammar. Now, there's one other thing that's really important, and you need to fix this if you're aiming to get a 7 or higher. It asks you a very specific question here. It says, do the benefits outweigh the disadvantages? Did you address that? Did you answer that question? Whether the benefits are stronger than the disadvantages or whether the disadvantages are stronger? You didn't. All you told us was that you're going to discuss both sides, but that's not enough. When it asks you directly your opinion or to what extent or if this is stronger than this, you have to answer in your introduction if you're hoping to get a 7 or higher. So let's move on. There is ample evidence that advanced, I think you mean advanced, not advances, that advanced technology such as the internet and mobile phone play a vital role in our lives, and more people have become addicted to it. It has changed, with a D, the way we communicate with each other. You don't transact business, conduct business, and access, with 2 S's, information. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, careful with your typing. The mobile phone and internet are as a media are forms of communication that allow people to stay connected however far away they are from each other. Secondly, the internet means that people also increase their knowledge about up-to-date information such as the COVID-19 pandemic, which threatens all countries in the world. This is beneficial for many settings such as school, university, office, business, and etc. when they are looking for particular information with regards to their work from home. For example, recent, you mean here empirical, spelled totally wrong. It's E-M-P-I. Empirical research by the UK government demonstrated that 90% of internet connections, of internet and mobile phone connections, plural, have been used for sharing videos and other important information. It must not be forgotten that the internet and phone are amongst the tools that are needed by everyone. Therefore, one word, therefore, is there, and then for with an E at the end, but it's one word. It is conclusively clear that there is considerable, with an E, not a Y, impact that improves many of the dimensions of our work, play, and home lives. Okay, now, here's the thing with this essay, with this paragraph so far. You're supposed to talk about not the benefit of the internet and the phone, but you're supposed to talk about becoming dependent on them. All right, so there's no question about whether the internet and the phone have improved our lives or have made them better or, any of those issues. But what they're asking you about, what they're assuming that the internet is something that everyone uses. What they want to know is if a dependence on these devices is good or bad. Okay, so think about all the times in our lives we are dependent on this information. For example, when was the last time you used a map? Okay, or think about even this course that you're doing it online and you are dependent on some sort of internet connection or data in order to complete this course. Okay, so when is this sort of dependence positive? When is it negative? And which are more, the positives or the negatives? That's what this essay needs to be about, and not whether phones are good or bad whether the internet is good or bad, okay? But it's our dependence that we need to analyze here. All right, and this is really important for task achievement. So I want you to think about it and consider this when you're rewriting this paragraph. But we'll see what you wrote in the next one. Although there is a case for children which have easily access to the internet. All right, let's talk about the sentence. Number one, grammatically it's wrong. When you have although, you need to have two clauses, and a clause is a subject, a verb, a subject, and a verb. So at the very least, you have, although it is Monday, I am happy. Okay? So subject, verb, and you've got an although either in the beginning or the middle. That's how we use although. You didn't have that here. You didn't have two separate sentences essentially linked with this. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that when you use this, although there is a case for blah, 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 it's important to have mentioned whatever this is in your previous paragraph. So essentially, it would make more sense for you to say, although there is a case for the internet aiding the transmission of important information, XYZ, make it very bad. Okay? That's how you need to use this expression, okay? It's a great expression if it's used appropriately, but if it's not used appropriately, it's going to seem like a very strange link between your paragraphs. Let's move on. A great deal of offensive and obscene, no C here, content is available, careful with your spelling, on the web. This is largely spelling, because rumor spreading, get rid of A, has long been an unpleasant and challenging aspect of adolescent life. But you don't start sentences with but, Yulia. Never. Not in IELTS, okay? It's considered really informal. We might do it in very informal text or speech, not in an academic essay. However, which is more appropriate, the proliferation of smartphones and the rise of social media has transformed where, when, and how bullying takes place. For example, an extensive study by Oxford University showed that over 59% of teens have personally experienced at least one of 6 types of abusive online behavior, such as offensive name-calling, spreading of false rumors, physical threats, and others. These experiences are particularly concerning to parents. Also, parents should provide their teen with the appropriate advice to make good online decisions. Okay, that's nice, but it's off topic. Okay? First of all, I was not clear what your topic was here. And part of that happened because this sentence was completely unclear. It was grammatically wrong, and it didn't really link us to anything. You really meant here something else. Okay, so although there is a case for the positives of information shared on the internet, children can be negatively affected by internet dependence. Okay, again, that's what you're supposed to be talking about here, dependence and not just use. But like I said, this was off topic and it was unclear what you were talking about because your introductory sentence was unclear. To conclude from the arguments, plural, and examples, plural, given, I firmly believe that the internet and mobile phone have greater benefits in our lives. Okay, again, this is wrong. It's the dependence that we're talking about. It is predicted that more people will depend on them, because it's two things, and the wise use, get rid of to, the wise use of these media will increasingly grow in importance. Okay, so Yulia, we've got a couple of problems in this essay. The first problem is that it's off topic. That for me is a big problem. The second problem is that it's grammatically got a lot of errors. It's not like they create incoherence, so that's a good thing. But they do create some trouble and some problems with precision and accuracy. Okay, so it's not the kind of grammar that's going to get you one of those higher scores. And then, so yeah, task achievement and then grammar. The vocabulary was okay. I didn't really have a problem there. But again, there was a bad link here, and it made it a little unclear. So it was difficult to know what your central idea was, particularly here. Okay, and remember that's part of coherence and cohesion. So let's see more work from you. Let's see you fix this essay and see what you write for us. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the German school subjects. All right, this is rather long. Let's see what you said. Actually, you know what? Let me just take a look at something. This is interesting. It's 181 words. All right, that's okay, actually. I don't mind that. That's actually good. This is one of the harder pie charts to do because there's only 7 pieces of information. And so a lot of people have a hard time extending this to reach 150 words. You didn't. You got about 180 from what I saw. So let's see what you actually wrote, okay? The pie chart shows the popularity of 7 subjects: physical education, history, maths, physics, biology, geography, and information technology in Germany 2017. Add here in 2017. In 7 topics, there were 3 group subjects, such as social science, natural science, and information technology. Social science was the most popular subject amongst German students, with 51% respectively. The second popular was natural science, with 45%. Information technology was only 3.7, and the lowest popularity of school subject. Okay. And now, it's okay to group these together, but to refer to them like this is a little problematic because it's as if you saw them grouped like this in the chart, you know, like you had like a bracket here saying social science and natural science, but none of that existed. That was never anywhere here. So it almost feels like you're including information that is not on the chart. So I kind of disagree with all this information here, okay? And we'll talk about it a little further. Let's put a little like question mark there, but move on to see what you did further. The highest percentage of popularity was in, no. The highest percentage of popularity subject in social science was physical education, with 22.9%. It was the most popular subject in Germany. Following of popularity subject was history, about 22.4. However, geography was less than 1/3, other PE or history only 6.4. All right, so what you've got going on here, Yulia, is a lot of grammatical errors, and they're creating incoherence. And so that's where we run into a problem. When the examiner is no longer able to understand what you're talking about, that's the kind of thing that's going to lower your score for grammar, but also for coherence and cohesion. So let's see what you were trying to tell us here. You were trying to say the highest percentage of popularity was in physical education with 22.9%. It was the most popular subject in Germany. Following this was history with 22.4%. However, geography was less than 1/3 of PE or history with only 6.4%. Okay. Significantly, this chart was more represented popularity of school subject in natural science. Again, grammar. So significantly, this chart showed higher figures of popularity in the natural sciences, specifically maths, physics, and biology. Maths was the most popular. You can't really say that maths was the most popular. Maths was the most popular what? The natural science? Well, all right. So maths was the most popular natural science, but the 3rd most popular overall science. Okay, make that distinction. And next was physics with 18.7%. In contrast, biology was less than half of maths or physics at only 7.1. Overall, the chart shows that at this school in Germany, subjects in social sciences were the most popular. All right, so for me, really the biggest problem here is the grammar It's creating incoherence in certain areas. It's not allowing you to really express what you're trying to express in certain places. So that's something I want you to be aware of, and I want you to kind of work on a little bit, okay? Let's see, I gave you some suggestions on how you could have rewritten some of these. I hope that that's helpful and that you can adopt some of these when you rewrite your essay. Okay, so let's see what you write for the next time, okay? Good luck to you.